Welcome back
Hello.
to the DreamPress podcast. I'm Steve Dez.
I'm Christina Cropper.
And we have a special guest in the building. He's a photographer, he's a video editor, and he also does comedy. What? Give it up for Scott.
Hello, and hello.
So Scott, let's start with first things first.
Okay.
Why do you go by Scott? What's up with?
Well, here's the kicker. My name is actually Mark Scott Raineri. What I
Okay.
did was just cut my name in half and did away with the first bit.
What happened with the pray? What happened with that part of the Scott?
I mean, it's
You
not.
just dropped it like that?
Yeah, it wasn't anything difficult. It was just it's 3 letters.
Yeah, but why are you dropping that? You know what I'm saying? Like you're dishonoring your heritage, man.
That wasn't his heritage. My name is entirely made up, first to last, every letter of that thing. My parents copied that.
Isn't every name made up?
Mostly, but mine was legitimately made out of thin air, from first letter to the last letter. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna make my own. There you go.
I think it's perfectly fine.
See, she gets it.
All right, and let's put the misconception that's out there, especially in the comedy world. We are not related.
No, we're not.
Whatsoever.
Nope.
I would think it's an honor that he will be even in this discussion of being related to me, because I am a celebrity.
Okay. Okay then. I will. I'll take it as is. All right.
So tell us about the photography journey. How did you get involved in this whole photography?
Well, that's actually quite. It's actually quite simple. I have photographic memory of sorts,
Okay.
and because of my avid gaming back in my elementary, middle school years of hardcore PC gaming, I kind of gave myself nearsightedness. So both of those in combination kind of gave me the ability to memorize a lot of films. I then had to start wearing glasses after I believe it was middle school. I had to start wearing glasses, and actually no, it wasn't middle school. It was actually sophomore year of high school, but. Going through that, I realized how much I wanted to do movies because I've always watched special features in the back of movies. I always wanted the special edition because I wanted to know how they did half the crap that they did because it looks insane. Like I've probably done that with almost every single movie, good or bad, just so I can at least understand. Okay, this is why I sat here for 2 hours and watched The Purge because that first one was terrible. This is just bad. But from there, I went to film. After I graduated, I went to film school at the Art Institute of California, in Santa Monica, which has now been closed after the parent company was sued.
How was that? I mean, it must be really bad if they closed.
Well, the school's okay, but just got extremely more corporatized as I progressed through the ranks, and eventually it went from looking like an actual art school to looking like a Starbucks.
How is that comparison? Look like a Starbucks. They have baristas there in the back, hey, you want some coffee?
No, it looked like a Starbucks and an office building. It looks like a Starbucks trying to merge with an office building. It was like that. I was like,
But did it change the dynamics of the schooling?
oh yeah, a lot of teachers were let go. They were cutting down all types of budgets and crap, and it was all because of financial aid. They settled out of court for over $100 million, if I'm not mistaken.
And you didn't get no money over that?
No, right? Of course they're not giving you money. And you know what the real kicker is? Their parent company is called Education Management Corporation. Their initials are EDMC. Do you know where their headquarters are based out of?
No.
Off of 6th Street in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Do you know where I know that? My mother's from Pittsburgh. I lived there for 10 years. And I had to walk by that thing during my last year there while I was working at this call center. It was like, I had to walk past I walked past the people who I owed money to every morning.
You worked on a call center?
Oh, I did, yeah, several.
How was that life?
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to arguing with people about boner bills. I'm sorry.
You were selling...
I had to tell people that their prescription coverage plan could not cover Cialis. You ever had that conversation with somebody who doesn't speak English? It's terrible.
No.
You have to enunciate this. You have to enunciate things. You have to remind them about how the insurance system, how the medical system works, which is a complete sham. And I don't have those conversations again. I don't. I want to talk about some dude trying to get.
Have you ever tried Cialis?
No, I haven't. I haven't had the need to.
So you were selling something that you don't
Oh
even
no.
know.
Oh no, I wasn't selling anything.
Okay.
I worked at a mail order pharmacy. So they called in if they had trouble with the website trying to order in their prescriptions they were prescribed to, or other stuff like that. They're trying to order new prescriptions and stuff like that. And then when they switched plans over to my company, to the company I worked for, it was like, some drugs were on the list, some drugs weren't. So you had to find generics, and it was it's a whole mess. It just reflects how messed up the health industry is, and period, and why I like taking pictures of women.
Oh, so there we go. That's where the real seed and the root.
Well, here's
of
the thing.
photography came from.
While I was in film school, my mother gave me a camera, the same camera I use today. It's a Canon Rebel T3, and ever since then, I've just been building on the lenses, and I've been taking photos. And that was back in 2012. I got that camera, and I've been taking pictures about it's 2018, 6 years. Been about 6 years since then, and I've just been adding to it. I have a whole website now. I've had so much content that I've had to basically create 2 Instagrams for myself. That's right. I have 2 Instagrams. I have a Facebook page. I'm diversifying all over the place. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I have 3 Instagrams at this point, so I keep it diverse.
That's a long time to be taking photos. That's awesome. And a good camera to start with.
Oh yeah, it's been great, and thanks to the fact that I once found a lens, a 50mm vintage Pentax lens, for like $20-$30 at Goodwill. That combined with how old my camera is has made everything look all nice and California nostalgic. So people love when I take their photos with that lens. It's like, I feel like I'm back in the 70s. I'm like, you're not.
And it started like you were doing, especially like in the past month and a half, I would say 2 months, you were doing this like kind of like hobby, like taking pictures of like a lot of friends. But now like a lot of people are like basically want you to do like their comedy specials and
Their
things
comedy
like that.
specials, their headshots. It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's been a
You
while.
shot
since
like
I've
at
spent-
2-3 different clubs already.
Yes, I have actually. About Echo Park, place called Murder to Mike. This event, Murder to Mike.
Murder Mike night.
Yeah, Murder to Mike.
Club
night.
Bahia.
Club Bahia. There you go. I'm trying to
Wednesday
think of the name
nights?
all day. Yes, Wednesday nights. There's doors open at 7:30. Shows at 8.
Correct.
And then I also did shooting for the comedy set channel 310 of all the comedians who performed on that YouTube channel, hosted by Lila Hart as well. And you got they put me to work, like 4,000 photos in just 2 things alone. That's a lot. That's a lot of photos I've been looking at. So I look at computer screens now, and I'm like, this is better, but I need to do this earlier in the day.
Now you know. Every job, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's something you love, there's always going to be parts that you're not necessarily going to like.
No, you're not.
Like a musician loves to perform in front of people, but they got to, be in the studio recording and writing and like finessing and like be alone a lot of times. And you have to go through a process. Same thing with like making these videos. Like we shoot this, we build this, edit this stuff, put it out there. It's a lot of work. That's why you should support us on Patreon.
You should support these
The link
people.
below.
Yeah, give these
Right
people
there.
money. They need it.
But it's not about that right now. It's about Mr. Scott. Change my name whenever the fuck I want.
I don't think
Don't-
that's his name.
Raineri, right?
It's been my name for a few years. Even my
That's-
parents call me that, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I've worked that into everyone's
Have
head.
you changed your name legally?
No, not legally.
Okay. See?
Well, that's because that's going to take a long court process, and I don't have, and my job doesn't give me that ability at the moment. Although I now might be able to.
I think as long as you're doing what you love to do and spending all that time doing that stuff and hating some other moments, it's worth it at that point, 12-hour film days for me is
beautiful.
Is fantastic. I enjoy.
It's amazing. It's a new place every day, and I'm actually, as you mentioned, also a video editor. I'm also a writer.
Oh,
So,
wow.
That's actually part of the reason I went to film school. I wanted to.
What
make
type
my own
of writing?
films. I write a lot of it.
You
is
write
screenplays.
letters in the mail?
I actually do have a pen pal correspondence with somebody
You
I
do?
remember from high school. Yes, I do. We write letters to each other, no question.
That's pretty cool.
I keep flicking my nose a lot. Like I do things outside this place. I'm like, it's just itchy.
Well,
I wanted to clarify that.
We just moved in here.
Someone isolate a clip of how many times he touched his nose.
Yes.
And we'll see if it's really unrelated to.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that mystery out.
Yeah.
So now I'm self-conscious about my nose. All right.
You
so we do here.
Yeah, it's great. I write a lot of screenplays. A couple. I'm working on a couple TV pilots, and I'm constantly creating. I have like pages and pages of material. It's just pouring out of my head every second.
What got you started into writing? Because I used to write myself. I started in 5th grade. I was writing plays.
I was in middle school, actually. I wrote short stories and poetry. A lot of poetry.
Are you writing this poetry to women?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay, those are abstract poetry?
More, yeah. It's a lot
like
of abstract.
ode to nature or something like that?
No, nothing like that. We're not talking like, the
Do you remember any poem that you can share with us here?
Any poem? I can't remember any, but usually I'm good at whipping something out every few seconds.
I'm good at whipping something out.
Yes, I can. I'm sure you are. Look at you, man. Your face just screams, "Whip it out." It's like he does it. It's like that's right.
Everybody drinks.
All right.
So whipping it out.
Right. All right.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Could you do that right now?
Can you whip it out?
You're talking about the poetry, okay?
Yeah, for the audience.
All right.
they're waiting.
I'm like, it's like
the whip out.
I didn't know I had to prove my blackness today, but okay. Okay. Oh,
wait, you're black?
Yes. I'm actually I'm mostly half black, but I'm also Italian, Sicilian.
You're half black, half Italian?
And German.
You're half black, half Italian, half German.
Part German.
How can you have 3 halves?
Part German and part
Is
Italian.
it 33.333%?
25, 25, 50?
Yeah, there you go.
It's a split of 100. Not a half. I mean, the two together you can make a half.
That's why I can drink. All right, so let's go. All right, so poetry. Your face smells as if you have bathed in rose water for several days. And across those days, all I've thought about is how it would be to have you in my arms again. To have that embrace. To have that caress. That genuine feeling of welcoming, of loving, of roses. There you go. All right, pointed out earlier.
that was about roses?
No, it was about woman, but yeah.
See, motherfucker, I knew it. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar.
I didn't say it was about a.
I was gonna call you from the get go. You were like, no, I don't write about women. No, and
I don't write about.
And he whips out.
I don't write to women. You said I write to women. I don't write these women for women. I don't write these poems for women. That's what you asked.
Oh, just to women in general.
Yes, it can be about women. It can be about anything: time, space, universe, plants.
Oh.
But oh my god, there we go. I'm flicking my nose again. This mustache is so itchy.
That's why I shaved it off.
There. So didn't touch my nose there.
There's something called a razor blade. I can introduce you to it.
I have one. That's how I'm able to get this all like lined into a.
That's why you got the waves.
Yes, that's why I got the waves.
You got the waves in those beards.
That's why I look like That's why I look like the son of Black Dynamite and stuff.
I have no idea who Black Dynamite is, but I'm assuming
Black
it's
Exploitation movie with Michael J. White.
I thought it was like a comic book.
It was a comic book too. After that,
was?
yeah, they made everything. Comic book, Adult Swim TV series, crazy. And I'm touching my nose again.
You do a poem about that.
Oh, man.
What do you want to know about him, Christina?
Yeah, there you go. Let's choose some questions.
Well, what are you... do you have anything you're aiming for that you're doing out here with the photographs, or working your way up to something different?
For right now, I have a couple particular goals. You know, I want to start making either a TV series or a feature soon. I'm working on that right now. So this crazy thing called Under the Golden Sun. It's a bit of a crime drama done in the horror aspect of it.
Huh.
Because that way, it could, you could also that way the tone of that would also be able to could be a companion piece with the story in order to, to showcase the violence of actual violence itself. I'm like, we love this in America, but it's horrifying. The story is basically about a group of friends who take credit for the death of a particular made person, a gangster. And they start to grow, and as a collective, they start to grow into the seedy underworld. One of them starting to lose his mind and literally bathe into this, into the war aspect of it, just going off whacking people, no questions asked, Goodfellas style. And a couple of the other guys, one of the guys and the other guy is a stand-up comedian who's being funded by his friend, the one going crazy and all that, and he's just goading him into joining and becoming more of a part of it, so you can get the money he's been struggling to get, and get the admiration he wanted, all the things he's wanted out of life, all the while realizing his friend is losing his grip on reality and just starting to go lay waste to places in an insane fashion. Like, he's got a house out in the desert and he's got drones to go pick off people.
Oh man.
It's an insane story. It is legitimately insane in my mind, and I want to start, and that's like one of my big goals, is to shoot that sometime fairly soon, after I finished writing the first initial season. So I want to see where it goes. I want to see whether it can be an anthology story, or if I can continue off of that story after that. At least there's something that's good enough for that one.
Then you just want to do the writing, or do you want to do different parts of that?
I actually wanted to do writing, and I kind of wanted to play the crazy. I wanted to go to play the crazy pop boss, of course. Because, I wanted to put some of the acting classes I took at my school to work. You start to, to flex those muscles, and that poetry should have been helpful. Like helping. I seemed to sell the fact that I was in love with an apparition. But also about and I'm touching my nose again.
That's all good.
So, but what I also would like to do is this is my life goal, aspiration. Legitimately, I just want to take pictures of women until I'm dead. No nonsense, no nothing. That is legitimately what I want. I don't know why, but I'm not asking questions.
So,
okay, that's a start.
If a genie will come here and be like, I'm going to grant you one of these 3 wishes.
Mm-hmm.
1, I am going to give you the access to create the version of anything that you write and make it a blockbuster hit. And that's what you do for the rest of your life. B, give you that dream of just take pictures of women for the rest of your life and get paid for it and get fame for it and get your Instagram followers from there, whatever, but that's what you're doing for the rest of your life. Or 3.
Oh. That was the 3rd.
Have all the fucking wishes you want in your life except those 2. You're telling me you're still gonna go with the B? No.
Let me think. Yeah, B. See how long it took?
No, after that, I'll go with the wishes all the time. All the time. I
can't take pictures of women.
If that was me, it would be like, you get to
films.
produce anything you want, live event and
film.
video. That would be me. You get to produce anything you want, live event or video. B, write whatever do stand up and be with women all the time, whatever, because my jokes are so funny.
But
and C, multiple wishes, and I X out the other 2. I get multiple wishes all the time. You know all the things I can think of?
What if you're in a situation...
I can be Elon Musk.
Where you're being murdered by a woman, and you're trying to take this picture so that people know who done it. You know, they know who done it. And so... you can't take this picture because you can't take pictures of women anymore because you took that third wish there.
Yeah.
That will complicate things. You can't take group photos. You can't.
You
can't take date night pics.
Can you take our picture?
Instagram.
Well, you're rude. No, I can't. No,
can't
thanks.
pose with celebrities. Oh, wow.
Hey, can you take the selfie? No. Can you take it?
That sounds like a worse movie.
If they were trying to take a selfie with you and Margot Robbie,
the moment you got the phone, your hand burns.
We should do a little sketch.
Like a cross in the vampire's hand. Oh man.
So you guys are into Doctor Who?
I'm occasional. I have like informational stuff, but I think she's more of the Doctor Who. I think she's more of the Doctor Who fan here.
Well, you're the one that finished the series so far, but
I have not finished a series. Let's be real about that. I saw like bits and pieces of what my friends have shown me.
Geek out, ladies and gentlemen.
So
I know a bit, but not that much. And I keep scratching my nose.
Wow.
I need to get myself a TARDIS so I can keep flying back in time and stop myself from scratching my nose so much.
I think they're making something like that now.
Better. Seriously though, are you referring to that? Because I feel like that's kind of a good pass to the hydro. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the God particle basically, and that's also what people say is like a harness time or something like that. They use that as a plot device for that Cloverfield movie that they put on Netflix, the Cloverfield Paradox. That was dumb.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah, but that was just something that reminded me of that. I don't know why.
Have you seen that? You saw that?
What, the Cloverfield Paradox? Yeah, it was like new Cloverfield movie. Oh, right after the Super Bowl. I'm not even watching the Super Bowl. Let's see if it's on Netflix now. And it is. Let's go watch it 2 hours later. Why did I do this?
Was it for the special features?
There wasn't special features. It's Netflix. They don't have special. They have special features. The only ones I've heard or seen is on like the first season or first couple seasons of Orange is the New Black. They have commentary from the creator and House of Cards. But due to Kevin Spacey, I have to hold off on House of Cards for a little while. At least until after the 5th season. Then I might revisit it because they have what's her name, Robin Wright. They have her taking the spot now because of Kevin.
Because of Kevin.
Because of Kevin. Let's leave it at that. Because of Kevin. And just for everyone's sake, this nose is really itchy.
Scratch away, my friend.
Alrighty.
Oh my God.
Mr. Scott, how can people find you in the online world?
So,
give me your home address.
And find me in the online world. I'm not giving out my home address.
Okay.
My roommate brings enough.
Well, before you give your handles and stuff.
Yes.
Tell us your message to the world.
My message to the world.
That's a good one, Steve.
Right? I come up with this.
My message to the world. Okay. Let's think. All right. I got one. Read. Educate yourselves. Utilize your phones to look up something besides cute cat videos. Not that cute cat videos aren't fun. They're lovely. I've been around kittens. They're great until they start clawing you, bleed, and you get mad. And then you're all like, I don't want to talk to you. And I want to, all right, well, you got to feed me. All right, fine then. But utilize the information so that you know what type of food that your cat would like most and try out different nutritions. Or read to expand your horizons about how people are, how people access the internet in other countries. Like how they do that in, Russia. Or maybe not Russia. Sweden. Or the UK. Figure out, read up on some things to figure out, how other countries are different from yours. Or read up on something you've always wanted to do, like, read a book about building websites and learning code. Or read about how, people manipulate a camera to create perfect images like the ones you see in films like, in films like Avengers, Infinity War, or Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. as I say these movies, I like only one of, and I'll give you a hint. It's the one without Thanos.
Alrighty, no, and also your social media handles.
Let me correct that. All right, let me correct that. I like Avengers, not Jurassic World. Okay. But okay, social media handles. On Instagram, you can find me at Mark Scott Raineri. That's RAIN as in November, ERI. I have to spell that out because people still butcher that no matter what. On Twitter, I'm Mark or Scott. I'm also on Facebook as Mark Scott Raineri on the Facebook page. And you can also find me on my website and my Tumblr at randomscottorscott.weebly.com and randomscottorscott on Tumblr.
And you can also find him scratching his nose in a town near you. Yes, Thank you so much, Scott, for being here. You've been incredibly amazing. And back to you, Christina and Steve. Cool. That's it for the interview.
Okay. I kept scratching my nose like I was the biggest coke addict on the planet. Like I was trying to outdo Charlie Sheen. My God.